Alright, I am back. I am back. Holy cow. Okay, so how did these professional tournaments get access to these camera angles? Or, I mean, get this kind of special thing going with the tournaments? Trade for trade. Okay, that's the term I gotta remember. That is true. Yeah, from what I've experienced, you can lose the match very quickly. Wait, what happened to the stream? No! Okay. Oh, I'll fix it. Hold on a sec. Sorry. One sec. Properties. Cable 8. There you go.
4-4 on the map. Wit has an ink storm sent out right now. That's going to help cover some turf. 4 set to destroy X. You look at the map in the bottom right. It's pretty even at this point. Wit using that super jump to avoid the stingray. Falls behind the splash wall. Wonderful job right there. Oh, but another splat. It's 2-1 though at this point here, 9. Here's where set to destroy X can make their push. But if you are the back squids, this is when you got to hold things down.
There's not going to be a lot of time for either side to build up their specials yet. It's all
USA! USA!
Set to destroy X moving to the top of the screen. This is their play.
20 seconds left. 4-2 on the map.
Come on.
Set to destroy X was looking for. Hexen using that rapid blaster. Clearance.
Perfect.
Now just trying to cover as much yellow as he possibly can. We're now down to 8 seconds left. 4-3 on the field, back squids. Is it enough of an advantage to make a counter push? We will see. It's going to be close. 3-2. Was it enough for the slosher at the end? Let's see what John has to say in match number 1.
Think yellow.
The furry paws hold the fate. And
yep.
Victory going to the
Darn it, so close. They had the advantage right down those final seconds.
Right there, 9. That 3-2 advantage that was established, and a couple scoops of the bucket with the slosher.
Slightest of leads, but that's such a big map that it's hard to get to the other side. Even if you have the lead going into that, it's not safe. You have so much ground to cover. Set to Destroy X did a great job pushing back in without the use of their specials. You saw them put 3 people attacking one spot, but it was just the staggered trades here, trades there. Ultimately, it just wasn't enough.
And Ashley, we saw
trade for trade on the splats. Dawn.
It seemed like it put set to destroy X in the defensive for most of the map.
That early splat with that inkjet, I think, was really key. I think it hurt their ability, set to destroy X ability, to set up any kind of positioning. They had to kind of fall back a little bit. It really gave back squids an advantage throughout the entire match.
No, not really.
Let's take a look at our instant replay from that matchup. We'll zoom in.
No, Levis, but good question though.
Once you go ahead and walk us through this as he lands on the super jump.
And some special streams and all that.
Pushed up in an aggressive position, and they also had just fired their stingray as well. Even though Pengit went down right after doing that, that was their frontliner that they had sent.
Instant replay? How that's clever.
Really set the tone for them to make that late comeback, but again, it just wasn't enough.
And we saw a lot of splat for splats trades, as we said, Ashley. And really, for Set to Destroy X, you're looking to try and get the splat, then make the push. But you don't get a chance to do that because the back squid's doing a great job of just playing defensive and making sure they secured the turf that they were able to grab.
Absolutely, and they won a lot of their one-on-ones. And if they didn't win the one-on-one, they took someone down with them. And I think that was such a smart move on their part. You know, they didn't get overly aggressive. They didn't try to get close to the the base. Like, they just said, you know what, we got this. We're just going to stay in the middle of the map. We're going to control it, and that's it.
Let's get set for our second matchup. It's going to be Yeah Nah from Australia, New Zealand, taking on the GG boys from Japan. You look at the other matches, Set to Destroy X will be in match 3. They'll play the loser of this match, and then the back squads will play the winner.
Will be in match 4.
And 9.
Okay, so losers face off and winners face off. Okay. I should have seen that earlier, but
Thoughts on this stage for Turf War?
Well, Charger. I don't know if Latias will be using that here today, but Manta Maria is such a well-balanced map. If you
whatever.
Weapon, you can go up to the top on that snipe area, the grading, and really make your presence felt. I think the spot they feel very comfortable, and we'll see if it pays off.
And it seems like in Manta Maria, if you can get the upper hand and have the higher elevation there, Ashley, your team's going to have a huge advantage.
Literally the upper hand. I mean, you've got a lot of verticality in this map. There's not a lot of ground space in the way of, you get to that center really quickly. So if you can get up high, you're definitely going to have an advantage with a slosher. You're going to have an advantage with a charger. You're going to have an advantage with any weapon that's going to put down a lot of ink.
And 9, I want to discuss some more about these main abilities because, as we said, you don't get the chance to load up 12 quick speeds, basically, and be swimming all over the level. You've got to be very judicious about what abilities you choose.
Right.
One thing I like about Carmax
in the game right now is that quick respawn. It allows frontliners, if they jump in to try to get back into the action, they get splatted, sent back to spawn. They're able to respawn very quickly, as it is called quick respawn, and they can jump back in and make their presence felt at sort of little to no risk. But because you're not able to stack that now, you've got to be a little more judicious with your jumps.
About a minute away from getting started here, we've got the GG boys of Japan taking on Yeah Nah from Australia, New Zealand, and you look at the GG boys in 9, we discussed they took out over 800 teams to qualify here for these World Championships.
800 teams down, 3 more to go. That is the game plan for them here, but it just shows how experienced they are. That was a live environment like this, lots of teams, a big crowd.
So there's one thing I like about Carmax is that it heals your dried lips pretty well, but it's so, I don't know, condensed. A lot of it just ends up coming out, and it's like condensed to the point where it's like a little bit can spread pretty well.
Excited to see what's going to happen right now.
Well, let's get it started. Match number 2.
And
GG boys
it's better, in my opinion, in the stick that they put them in as opposed to the bottles that they originally started with. But hey, whatever.
Right now, you would not have seen that a couple patches ago, but these are pretty similar compositions. Both sides using a lot of dualies here. Their long-range weapons are going to be the jumping point, but we already see one going down.
I am too, Weavers. I am too. I actually cannot wait for tomorrow. That's gonna be quite cool to watch. I'm actually getting a little bit chills just thinking about it. But not as much as I was for Breath of the Wild. Kid you not. I was shivering a lot.
We've got an Inkjet versus a Stingray, as you see Latias up top with that heavy splatling, getting a nice job with that splatling right there. 2:15 left in this one. 4-3 advantage on the field for Yeah Nah. You see, their ability right now to use some of that range that they have here, 9, is giving them the early advantage.
And another reason that range is so good on this map is because it's a long map. They're going to need to jump back into the action, as we see Yamamichi getting another great splat. Both sides are doing a great job of not getting locked out. There's been big moments, but they haven't let go.
4-4 on the map, 150 left. Make that 3-3 now as we have a couple of splats right here. Latias using that splatling on top of the grate in the middle of the pier here in Manta Maria as she's trying to score her team a pivotal victory here in match number 2 of the Splatoon 2 World Championship. Overseeing a few things. You see FLC using that dynamo roller. Oh, but a 2-for-1 splat courtesy of Yamamichi once again, 9.
And they did a great job of moving in with the Stingray. Even if the Stingray isn't able to get the splats, it's a giant beam everyone's looking at that allowed them to push both of their dually players up and take that crucial position.
Yamamichi just
Nicely done in the weight there. Holy cow.
Don't even care right now as it's 4-4 on the field. Both teams trying to seize control of the middle of the map. You now have 4-3 advantage for GG Boys as FLC trying to rain it down with that Dynamo. Oh, Dynamo versus Dynamo.
Dude.
Dynamon keeps him at bay, but here comes the Inkjet with about a minute left here. Ashley, what needs to happen with the final push?
Well, I think Australia needs to get out there, and Yana has got to start converting some of these one-on-ones. They, you know, GG Boys are doing such a great job. They're being so aggressive. They're getting so far ahead that it's really hard for Australia to come around and flank.
You see the Ink Storm on port side right now. 35 seconds left in 9. It looks like with the 3-2 advantage, this is an opportunity for the GG Boys to strike.
It was, but you see all the frontliners went down just as we were saying that. The last one is Latias holding things down in the middle. She's not going to be able to do all the painting herself. They need to get in and get in quick.
18 seconds left. Ink armor deployed. Nice little overcoat for the GG Boys. Trying to get a few splats. Taiji unable to get the splat over there. You've got a 3-2 advantage on the field right now. 7 seconds
7,
left.
6, 5.
Looks like they're able to get enough work done.
I don't think so. I think Purple's got this. I think GG Boys is...
Between Japan and Australia.
That's Purple, yeah. Okay.
The results are
GG Boys is Japan.
GG Boys with the victory, and they will move on to
Easily. 66%.
This was an example here, 9, of getting that final push with the last 30 seconds, and we saw that from the GG Boys.
Yeah, it makes sense that it would.
Liners were able to advance.
And the frontliner versus
I think that is one of the most likely items that will go down in price the most, if not all stores that does sell the Nintendo Switch,
from the dualies of GG
because it has been out for a couple years, at least a year already. But yeah,
Take a look at some of the action that was going on in this previous match, and you saw him with the dualies. And Ashley, a lot of times if you're one of those frontline players and you're the dualies, it's your job to go out there, get some ink out there, but also get some splats.
That's right. I mean, Yamamichi is
Oops.
so aggressive. I love watching him with those dualies. He's absolutely fantastic. Look at the aim with his inkjet. I mean, it was just so much fun to watch him get out there and get those flats.
Well, as we get set for our third match, we will have Yadna from Australia, New Zealand, taking on Set to Destroy.
also guys, keep in mind that
And in order to determine the stages are available
of a couple of
stages
things.
are and Wahoo World. We will do a coin flip here in just a moment. And you will have Yadna, since they traveled the furthest here and put the most miles on the airplane to get here, they will get a chance to call the coin. And then, of course, match 4.
That's fair.
versus
That's
the
fair.
Boys will have the remaining stage at that point. And it was interesting because we were talking about the Piranha Pit
Yeah,
decision for Set to Destroy X here 9, and they went with Piranha Pit because you eliminated the Chargers in that level, but it was
depending where you live in Australia,
And whenever you have a strong
seems like they are from the most western area of Australia.
kind of put some pressure on there artificially without having to run up and get them.
Because if you're in like Central Australia, I wish I had a little visual to show you on stream right now. But here, let's do the coin toss real quick.
Got a couple of players for Set to Destroy X getting in the lobby here. Both sides of the coin were shown to Gabe. Gabe made his selection as far as which side will be chosen. And so obviously coin flips, very, very important when it comes to deciding a stage. It's been called. Nice catch. And it is the decision for Australia, New Zealand. They will get a chance to choose the stage. So will it be Arowana Mall or Wahoo World? And any thoughts on what they might be choosing here, Ashley, when you look at what they might be able to do?
I mean, if Latias wants to run a charger this time around.
Or they could be from the southernmost part of Australia, because the airplane will go east on the globe, and the wraparound on the paper map that most people have hanging on their walls, like I do. So yeah, if you're like in the like southwestmost part of Australia, that's like more miles than people from Japan traveling to Los Angeles, California. And
this match will be the 4 seed when we go to our best of 5 and some of those ranked modes. So obviously a lot at stake here as players are choosing their weapons and choosing their items. Ashley, anything you might see differently from Set to Destroy X as they get set for their second bout of Turf War?
I mean, I think that they're going to be a lot more aggressive in that first 30 seconds. These guys really do a great job of winning those one-on-ones, and I think we're going to see some.
Oh, it was on TV yesterday, Link Hyrule? I did not know that. Well, there's still some E3 action happening like this tournament, so. But Anyway, I forgot how they were going to. I didn't hear how they were going to see that, but I usually pay attention when the commentators are talking. But whatever. They will state how it's going to be, how they're going to be seated later. But anyway, tomorrow's second half of the tournament, and I'll read your comment in a sec, Revis. Because I see you mentioned my entire name there. And when you mention the entire name of someone's YouTube name, it will show up with the orange highlight for them.
We've got from Australia, New Zealand, taking on Set to Destroy X from Team USA. Taking a look at the loadouts, and 9 break it down for us here.
Well, Set to Destroy X feels like it was.
Oh wait, I think this is for 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken, because these are the teams I both lost.
Coming out as well from they like what they saw here. They just feel they need to execute.
And obviously, the middle part of the stage is going to play a huge role in this level. Those 2 ramps. That
Yeah, I remember this level. Yeah, the center part. He is right about that. It does play a huge role in this map. Ooh. So, the beginning part of the tournament is going to happen at 1 o'clock Pacific time. So that's Los Angeles, California, Vancouver, Washington time. Ooh! So I would not be able to stream that part until I get home, roughly around 2 o'clock Pacific time. But I will be live with the rest of this tournament business when I get home. I will have everything set up, ready to go 2 nights before I go to bed for work tomorrow. Ooh.
Oh, avoid some of the ink. Able to get up to the side of the wall right here. Is getting some pressure.
Ooh. Oh. Revenge. Taking advantage on his teammate. Nice.
Made a play there, and now he's cutting off the lane. He's cutting off that flank right there, and he's just gonna wait.
Yeah, how's that map coming along?
Trying to put some pressure on the spawn.
Blue's coming back. Well, do you think Nintendo will show off any 3DS games for E3, or is the hype for more Nintendo? I think it's mainly more for the Nintendo Switch, because I think there's like some small one-off games. Some small one-off games are like being made, but they're not like any big games like stuff like Breath of the Wild, Smash Bros, and so forth. The bigger name games are actually mainly for the Switch now, rather than for the 3DS. So, yeah, I guess you can say the hype is dying down for the 3DS. Wow, nicely done with that Waller. Holy cow. Ooh. Oh yeah, it is definitely going to be close. I can't tell what the current. Come on, US. Come on, US. Oh yes, yes, perfect. Yeah. Come on, number 3 seed. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Woo. Definitely was 60%. Holy cow.
And the execution by Set to Destroy X, especially at the end, they weren't discouraged when we saw FLC get a couple of critical splats with that roller.
Yes, I do, Retro. Yes, I do. We need to do that again. That's Highly and Clam. I'll come back together and play some more Jackbox for sure. Guys, keep in mind, if you have, and this is for those who have not seen my Discord message, I am going to be doing a double stream today. Shortly after this stream, Zambu Gabriel and I are going to get prepared for another stream for each respective channel. So in other words, we're doing a co-stream on Osu today. Not sure if we're going to be doing song requests.
15 to 20
will be
seconds
announced.
really quick.
That will be announced on the stream itself.
Critical plays in that match, and Nine, why don't you walk us through what we're seeing right here?
Well, things really started to go downhill for Yana when they lost this closed, and that's why earlier I mentioned it was so important that River was able to win this battle, because it really set the tone for the early part of the game. They were not able to make Lightning strike twice, however, not able to defend it that second time.
And then
Yeah, River did not do all that good.
River as the inkjet is deployed, and you know how it is. If you can go ahead and cut into someone special like that, that is a huge momentum turner.
Right, and they spend so much time trying to build it up, and that was
Okay.
FLC had gotten those two awesome splats. If let's see, if Hexen had gone down in that situation, it really would have set the tone for the pushback from Yana, but able to get the splat that was necessary at that point really kind of shut.
Yeah.
So Set to Destroy X will take the 3rd seed. Now will be the 4th seed as we get set for the semifinals, but we still need to determine who's going to be the 1st and 2nd seed, and we have the Back Squids taking on the GG Boys. The Back Squids with a flawless executed game plan against Set to Destroy X in Piranha Pit. You look at this next map here, Wahoo World that they will be on. Your thoughts on that map here?
This is the map that both teams have the least amount of time with, and so I think that there is some real.
My favorite temple in Majora's Mask is Stone Tower Temple. Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Because it is a little bit different than the other maps that we've kind of played so far.
And speaking of Majora's Mask, guys, there's going to be an upload of Majora's Mask sometime this week, for sure. That will be uploaded to my channel, published, doing a scheduled upload to my channel very soon. When will that be? You will find out with your notifications. If you don't have that bell icon clicked, click it.
Seeing all these different abilities being swapped out every single match, and continue to share with us, Nine, some more of these main abilities that we might
The date for Majora's Mask, is that what you're talking about, Witro?
Well, stealth jump is very important to get yourself back into the action, but I've heard some of these teams say that
when was the date for what? For Jackbox? Of when I bought it? I don't know. I forgot when I bought it.
Very popular, and as we talked about it, you need your specials in the last 30 seconds.
Sorry to Bob. Oh yeah, I did see your comment. US, 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 US. Oh wait, are you saying us, 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 us? Oh yeah, us as in United States. I get it now. New Dying Light. Ooh, nice.
Now we just need to figure out who's going to be our top squid as we get set for the semifinals here. Let's pick this up. Wahoo World, Turf War, Match 4.
Kind of like to see Japan as number 1. Even though I would have to face the United States, though. That'd be a good matchup, actually. Well, we remember this map, too.
But as we're seeing right now, Dynamon kind of just able to box him out here with this Rapid Blaster, but going to have to deal with Echo Stingray here doing the exact same thing.
Echo deploying the Stingray, 4-4 on the field, just 30 seconds into this one. And Ashley, what's interesting is this middle platform. You can't necessarily...
Ooh, nicely done, Orange. Ooh. Ooh, nice. Dynamite. JP Damon. Why did I say Dynamite? Why did I say Dynamite? Okay. Yes, wow. JP is coming strong. Holy cow. JP is in Japan. Holy cow.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it makes it that much more difficult for the enemy team to make the comeback, and he's just building up his special right now. He knows his team has it. He can kind of sit back there and do what he needs to, though it does look like the back squids have made a push. They're not stuck in their spawn anymore.
Majin with the Ink Storm, and you see the Toxic Mist in the middle of the stage, trying to really fight.
That's true, they're all making a push. Yeah, because where the purple was at, in that, like, center portion of their spawn area, like, between their spawn and the center stage areas, it was orange, that area, but now they're pushing back. Trade, aka Splat for Splat, yep.
Unconventionally, as they're getting around the map, you don't see them taking the traditional walkways in Wahoo World.
But it's on, or Etona, what Etona is doing right now, it's actually kind of the strategy I'm trying to develop on my part. Yeah, I have played a little bit of Splatoon 2 before, and That was back when I was in Spokane, shortly after Double NT, aka William, got his Nintendo Switch as a graduation gift. Another good friend of his from college said he had a lot of money just lying around. He's like, hey, I'll give you a Switch as a graduation gift. So, yeah. So, so what Etona was doing was kind of the strategy I was trying to develop too. But hey, it's still something I'm going to try to work on too, use it to my advantage.
Let's wait to see the results here. Might have been too much ink for the back squids to overcome.
What's going on in the chat? Some random comments.
What does Judd have to say?
Orange.
It will be a victory for the GG boys. They claim the #1 seed. However, solid showing by the back squids. They will be the #2 seed as we get set for the semifinals here. And once again, we were talking about Yamamichi and the fact that he was having to pay rent. He was living at the top of the stage so much.
And we could have said that 2 or 3 times throughout that game. We saw earlier the double splat that came in with the curling bomb and the inkjet combination. But that's the thing with dualies. They're so persistent. They're so difficult to get rid of. And when you have the skill of Yamamichi, it does often take 2 squids to take you down.
Well, I believe we've got a replay from some of the action that was taking place in that 4th and final matchup in our ink pools. You had the GG boys taking on the back squids, and really what's been so impressive when you look at the GG boys, not only their communication, Ashley, but their ability to really just never give the other team an overwhelming advantage. They always seem to have 2 or 3 squids on the field of play, and we see Yamamichi in the inkjet here.
Yeah, I mean, they're so good at cutting off lanes. This is the thing that I think the GG boys do almost better than anybody else. I'd say Set to Destroy X also really close on that front. But, I mean, the way that
So this is going to be a very good matchup between Japan and the United States. Holy cow.
This way. Like, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to cancel that.
Like I said, I'm going for US all the way. Japan's my second choice.
We have our seeds determined for the semifinals. Set to Destroy X will be the 3rd seed. Your 4th seed will be Yadna from Australia, New Zealand. The back squids representing Europe, it will be your #2 seed. And the GG boys from Japan, winning both of their matches in the ink pools, will be victorious. And we take a look at the semifinal brackets. It'll be the 1 seed versus the 4 seed. GG boys taking on Yadna. 1, 4, 2, 3. I'm sorry. That's right. Tier 9 and what changes as we get away from Turf War into some more of these strategic game modes.
Oh, this is going to be interesting, huh?
Just to be honest with you here, the one big thing is in this mode, if you make a big push early on, no matter what mode it is, you get to keep those points. It's not a situation where you take a big lead at the beginning and it just goes away. If you're able to make the big push and play defense, you more often than not find yourself winning.
Well, you see the map that we have here for the 5 potential games. Splat zones, clam blitz, tower control, rainmaker, and then tower control if game 4 and 5 are necessary. So let's talk about splat zones because, Ashley, you talk to these professional players, and this is one of their favorite, most consistent game modes. You're going to control a patch of turf, which we like to call splat zone, in the center area of the stage for 100 counts. Once your team completely covers the zone with your ink color, your team's timer will begin to decrease. Whichever team has less time left on their timer at the end of the match wins. However, there are penalties that can be employed.
That's right. If you have the countdown going and then your splat zones are taken over, you get penalized for that. And then it takes even longer to start that countdown over again.
And so, Nine, you look at the basic principles and rules of splat zones, but how do these professional players take it to another level where they can be so dominant on this game mode?
Well, there's a time in the game we kind of call the lockout phase. It's when you've taken 2 or 3 down, the opponents are kind of staggered coming from spawn, and you have control of the zone. The good teams are the ones that are able to, much like in Turf War, identify where those threats are coming from, shut down the lanes, as you said, GG Boys is so good at, but it's really whoever can break that chain. They're going to build up their specials and push in with that. You'll see it go back and forth a little bit, but ultimately it's whoever can break that chain who finds themselves victorious.
And it follows a similar pattern to what we saw in Turf War here.
Hashtag USA.
From that point, you do want to push into the other team's territory.
When was the date? Not for when you bought chat. The pump says I'm hyped for the new daylight. Alternate time or Majora's Mask. What do you?
Maybe do a little bit of forward hunting, as you will. They may.
What game do you think is better?
I
don't know. Honestly, I'm still leaning towards my ties of alternate time being the best because
and we are seeing some changes in the gear here, Nine, so it will be interesting to see what they deploy. But talk to me a little bit more
because
about how these teams chunk up these maps, as I like to say, and are able to communicate to one another?
Sure, so we've got some very simple callouts, left and right, that are commonly used here. If there's a spot where the sniper usually goes, we call
Hold
it
on.
snipe. If there's a spot where you can access that, we call it flank. If there's a big box, we call it box. It's not always complicated, but it has to be precise and it has to be quick because, again, there's only 4 of you. If 2 go down, that's half your force.
Oh, Professor 9, we appreciate the lesson. Let's go ahead and pick up Splat Zones and Mako Martin. What do you like about this level, Ashley? Because this is one of the newer ones we saw since the game's been released.
I like this one as a Splat Zone choice because there is one Splat Zone, and this means that there is going to be a constant battle in the middle of Mako Mart for supremacy.
Yeah, nah, in the blue.
So Splatoon is basically like King of the Hill, and it's like some other games where you well, you have to remain in that area for some time, or in this case, it seems like you would need to ink the entire area. But I think you need to ink the entire area for the timer to go down. But yeah.
The Slosher, and of course that Rapid Blaster Pro. Meanwhile, for Yeah Nah, you've got the dual Squelchers, heavy Splatling, Splat Doolies, and a range blaster.
Ooh, wow.
Now it's 3-3 on the field. A couple of specials ready to go for Yeah Nah, but we see the zone has been grabbed by the GG boys. It's already 100 here, Ashley.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going
The timer goes down, and then you will
keeping Yeah Nah away from the
win.
Splat Zone, and
I
that's
believe is what they said. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do they say that you will win if the timer goes all the way down?
And put that stiff penalty on the GG boys. However, GG boys have no intent in giving it up. 14
Oh wait, the timer goes down, and then during that time you can put a penalty on it if you take over the zone.
A couple of rolls right here by River, and they lose control.
Ooh.
Seize control, and you see the 75-second penalty being deployed for the GG boys. That's going to give Yeah Nah a chance in this one because essentially here, 9, you now have a 77-84 score.
Well, that was 3 specials. If that didn't work,
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see now.
and unlike at the beginning, it worked. They got
So yeah, now you have to go wait through the penalty.
10 left, 3-3 on the field. GG boys with the advantage. All they need are 2 more.
So with how long they were controlling the okay, I get it now. With how long they were controlling zone 4,
And we look at Latia up top with that heavy Splatling. Oh, zone is
they had that like pretty much like added back to the count to the time.
comes the Stingray. Can she rack up a couple more splats? And that does enough map control there, Ashley, to push back
And
the GG
yeah,
boys.
but I basically get it now.
I absolutely love watching her play. She's
So yeah, to finish answering your question between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask,
to get her team
I still lean towards Ocarina of Time because it was like the first 3D Zelda game. 3D as in like it actually has some depth to it. Like you got the X and Y axis, and then Z is the depth.
And Yamamichi with that inkjet. Get
All the older games back in the day, like for Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, they were just like this, like straight on top down view or side scrolling, and it's just and the game developers had nothing but X and Y to worry about. X and Y.
Yamamichi gets splatted. Everybody's getting splatted.
There was no
3-1 advantage.
Z at all. It was just completely flat.
Autobomb gonna add
So
damage at the end, and it's gonna be game
yeah.
for the GG boys as they clean things up on Mako Mart here, Ashley.
You know, one of the things that I noticed that the GG boys were doing was every time one of their teammates would get splatted, one of them would go hide behind that ink-proof pad in the middle of the cross. That was the
Yeah,
splat
that's
zone,
pretty
so
much
that
it.
They could jump in really quickly with cover and then get right back into it.
Game 1 going to the GG boys.
What's happening, Kai Wu?
This game mode here, Nine.
What's
It's
your,
one of the difficult ones to
question
not
mark
come
about?
back in because
What's your
once
question
you
mark
clear
mean
that
about?
splat zone, not only do you have map control, but now you're scoring and you're forcing the other team just to gain map control before they can even go after the objective.
Right, and that's the great point, because the objective is map control. And we talk about map control, how important it is here. It's a little bit more important than all the other map parts of the map that you can take, but it's also really not. You have to find a way to get to it, because if you get too predictable... you just-
Oh yeah, that's right. It is a little bit backwards in the gaming realm. That's right. Okay.
Between the GG boys from Japan and Yeah Nah from Australia, New Zealand, and it will be Clam Blitz. And you take a look at this game mode, one of the most recent ones added here, 9. You're going to toss clams into the enemy basket. First team to score 100 points wins. You can find clams scattered around the stage. If you round up 10 clams, you create a power clam. A power clam is needed to break the basket's barrier. You toss one clam in the basket, that's 3 points. You get a power clam in there, that's 20 points. And Ashley, these power clams are going to be all over the stage, and so you have to be very judicious about when you pick those up and when you get a power clam.
Definitely. I mean, if you are picking up 1 or 2 clams, maybe you're not as much of a target. But once you start getting into 4, 5, 6, and then, of course, once you have the power clam, you are persona non grata. Everyone's coming for you because they don't want you at their basket.
And 9, obviously, if you get a power clam, everyone else on the map can see where you're at. However, there's an advantage to that because if you get splatted, you're not giving a huge help or boost to the opposing team.
Right, and you have a lot of clams if you have that power clam. Like you said, it does take 10, and that means that you have enough clams that your opponent probably isn't building one to go up against you. And really, that clam economy, so important. Again, it comes back to map control. If you're covering some clams with your ink, you're able to see them even on your mini-map.
You got to make sure you handle that currency on the stage. And Ashley, a lot of times it's more than just.
I like what the guy on the right did.
To focus on the opposing team, they're now going to have to shift to a defensive stance.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to see, if that is the case, you're going to see some fallbacks. You're going to see a lot of defense. I'm guessing maybe we might see a little bit, maybe a tent umbrella. That's what I'm keeping my fingers crossed for. Do you think? 9, do you think there could be a tent umbrella? Probably not.
You know, it's more popular than it has been in the past.
True.
It's more popular. The bubble's a very powerful special. On
Actually, I'm looking at some pictures here. It's showing the Y is like up down, so like when you jump on Minecraft, that's Y. X is this way, Z is this way. That's the death part.
Because it is still fairly fresh, but what we're
and in any side-scrolling platform, it's just this way, this way, and that's it.
Seem to be so talented, it doesn't matter whether you have a power clam or not. The opposing team knows where you're at.
And on top of that, too, whoever holds the power clam, that's a little bit different here when you're at this level as well. A lot of times you'll see the backliners being the one holding it. They're not going to the opponent.
Oh, you were wondering before? Okay.
Holding it. It's going to be if they can get their frontliners in front and use that super jump mechanic to jump up there and score that.
Yeah, let me turn up the the desktop audio. I have it set for 22 because of my standard stream preference, but I'll turn it up a bit.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, every single game mode has its pros and cons.
It's at negative 15.6 now. Negative 15.6. How is that?
And so for a map like, or for a mode like this, you might want something along the lines of, you want to swim fast. You know, you want to make sure you can get that power clam as quickly as possible to the other side of the map. But maybe not so on a different map where it's a little bit smaller and maybe you're in a different game mode. So it's it could make the difference.
Well, let's take another look at the game modes that we'll see here in this best-of-5 matchup between the GG boys from Japan and Yadna from Australia, New Zealand. Game number 1, Splat Zones, that went to the GG boys. Game number 2, Clam Blitz, that's what we're breaking down for y'all right now. Game number 3 will be Tower Control, and if necessary, Game 4 will move to Rainmaker, and then if we get our treat here, which I hope we do, we get a Game 5, that will be Tower Control as well, too. And you look at the different types of communication that goes on here, 9, and not only is it telling your teammates where everybody else is, but what else are they communicating during Clam Blitz to make sure that they can make those coordinated.
What did we even say at 204.57?
What you're looking for is you see when the enemy has power clams, so you don't need to call out those anymore. Everyone on the map can see it. What's important is to identify the front liner, to identify where that special might come from. You need to keep track at the top of the screen. See who has their special. See if someone has a baller. Because the only way that you can stop that is really to be preemptive.
I'm guessing we're going to see, for GG boys, I'm guessing we're going to see Yamamichi out there in front protecting whoever's got that power clam because he's been so good on dualies. And I have a feeling that's we're going to see the same thing going forward.
And there's some other advanced strategies as well, too, because once you have a power clam, you can pass it to your teammate as well, too, and then you can also juggle some things, too, 9.
Yeah, you can toss that power clam. Remember, the opponent only sees the power clam. They don't see the squid that's carrying it. So sometimes you'll see somebody throw one up ahead and use it as bait. Someone goes to that, they direct their fire that way, It allows you to sneak around back behind. These teams are pretty good at
And
clam
then
blitz. They're not gonna
and
fall for
splat
simple
them,
tricks,
take the
but hey,
power
bright
clam,
lights,
and
great opponents,
shoot in the
you never
basket.
know.
That's a
And a
pretty
lot
good
of times, too,
strategy,
it's
actually.
managing the respawn of these power clams as well, because it seems like teams really have a good idea of when to grab the clams out there, when they're going to respawn, and then the map control that comes with that.
Yeah, and one of the things that we had discussed about Clam Blitz
Along
that
with
I think is so interesting at this high level of play is clam management against your opponents, where you actually play keep away. It's like, you know, if you're ahead, just start
Oh,
collecting
Weaver
the
said,
clams
I
so
think
that
Witcher
your
will
opponents
win.
just can't
If he
score.
does,
And then obviously there's
I will
penalties
buy
that happen
buy
in
him
this one too,
whatever
Nine,
he
and those
wants.
penalties can really mean a
Oh,
lot
I
because
see now.
They can prevent you from really improving your score, and we know
That's
how
true,
difficult
but you
it is
just
to get
gotta
a power
switch.
football to
Awesome,
the other
awesome.
team's
How
side.
are you
And it's
enjoying that?
frustrating because let's
How are
say
you
that you
enjoying
go
that?
From 100 to 20, you score a lot of clams there, and then it goes away.
I have two
Suddenly
friends
you
who
have
owns
such a
it,
big penalty
and
that you almost
such
have
a
to
great
score another
console. I
80
want to get
just
it
to
now
get back
myself.
down to it, where your opponent, now they have a fresh
Oh wait,
slate to
I already
work with.
saw
They're
that
gonna get
comment.
what we call
Oops.
the pity clam, which happens when the basket closes, and now suddenly the ball's in your court. I made a pun.
Oh,
See?
I like that. But
Okay,
the thing
okay.
is, footballs aren't on courts there, Nine. It's okay, though. You'll figure out your sporty sports someday there, buddy.
That's awesome.
Steve, you just got so shady.
Oh, I love you, Nine. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling here. Sturgeon Shipyard. Tell you what, why don't you tell us about the loadout here?
Yeah, Weaver said on that Friday
The slosh
Fun Day
potato here
stream,
that you're seeing, Etino run, that's
when
really
we
gonna
were
be
playing
the
Jackbox
deciding
4,
factor here. It's one of the best baller
if
users
Retro
in the game
wins
right now.
that
Build it up
game,
with
that
Spencer
round,
as well, so keep an eye on that. That's going to be where most of the pressure is coming from.
And then Ashley,
Weavers will
Sturgeon
buy
Shipyard,
him
you've got a couple
anything.
defining features about that stage. Some of those big moving platforms will certainly make a difference as far as navigation goes.
Definitely. Big moving platforms make it easy to put ink on them and go. You can get vertical, you can go horizontal with this. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get across the map.
And Dynamon with the first power clam on the field right now, or court if you're 420 left in this one. Inkstorm ready to go for Dynamon. And 9, some of these specials you can't deploy. Oh, as we see a splat for splat and a couple of booyahs being deployed as it's now 2-2 on the field here, 9.
And to go to an earlier point there, you see that spinner right now that's now turned up all the way vertical. You can actually put a power clam in from up there with a jump off. It's increasingly difficult to stop, but we're seeing now a little bit of pressure coming in. Great job by Yana slowing that one down.
GG boys in the blue have already got a power clam in the basket. They take the early advantage, 80 to 100, but now they have a 10-point penalty to deal with at this point.
Oh.
343. Oh, as Gabe with the splat bomb, that's going to give the advantage on the field to Yeah Nah, but GG boys able to reclaim that. There's the pity clam ready to go for Yeah Nah, but we've got the barrier broken once again by the GG boys as Taiji is in that inkjet trying to put some pressure on the spawn of Yeah Nah here, Ashley.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure in the spawn, and honestly, they're playing defense. They're playing defense at this point.
And you see the little timer in between the scores. As long as you get a clam in the basket during that timer, you'll add more time. And yes, very smart here, 9. You see the GG boys being very patient with their score, and it looks like they're going to close
That's clever.
GG boys.
So patient.
How about the management of the timer on the basket that we saw there, 9?
Yeah, and knowing when it turns around and when it's almost there.
thought
you
it
can
was
just
you,
open it up
Carl.
right there, saying,
I
"We're
thought
gonna
it was
take
you,
every
'cause
second we can," because they sent somebody back to collect more clams
because I
in the
saw
middle.
your
They do
username,
spawn
and
on
I'm
a
like,
timer, and they do
is there
spawn
only
in small
something?
pods of 4.
Seeing
You
the
have to be
link
able to
in the
identify where that is, but like
name.
you said, great job managing that timer.
GG boys get
Seeing the link in the
KO
name.
against Yeah Nah from Australia, and they jump out to a 2-0 advantage here in the semifinals. And it looks like they just had no issues whatsoever controlling the map in that edition of Clam Blitz that we saw there, Ashley.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, Dynamon had the power clamp for a little while there, and that's like we were saying, you know, the back line can carry that, and you still have these great offensive players out there up front just absolutely rolling on people, just taking control of everything that's going on and making easy lanes for a score.
Let's get set for our third game, which will be tower control. And a lot of people very familiar with this game mode here, 9. And let's take a look at the basic rules here. You're going to ride the tower into the enemy's base. The tower moves automatically on a set path once a player is on it. If the battle ends with the tower not reaching the goal, the team with the lowest goal distance wins. However, there are checkpoints, and it seems like tower control is all about these checkpoint management and what you can do there, Nine.
And it's really important to identify where those checkpoints are. There are maps where getting past that first checkpoint almost feels like a win in and of itself. There's others where the first and second checkpoint could not be any easier to get past. And it's very important that you mount your defenses based on that map. Just knowing the mode's not enough.
And Ashley, a lot of times you have to decide when you're going to hop on and off that tower, because if you sit there, you don't want to be a sitting squid, but you also need to be on there to advance it.
I mean, we saw it last year in the finals.
That's
right?
difficult. So
Dynamon and
you
and
want
his
to get to
team
the
up
goal,
there, three
but
squids on the tower in overtime, and it was so
no one
heartbreaking.
reaches that. One with the lowest
bomb
distance
took the
wins.
ball out. It's
Oh
okay,
my
you wanna
gosh,
get
that's
on the tower,
difficult.
Get off the tower. You got to know when people are coming so that you can get off, get right back on, and keep riding it.
That's
to
a
the finish.
difficult
I'm
way
sure
to
two words come to mind
game
as
mode.
far as one of the most powerful specials when it comes to tower control, and that is Sting and Ray.
Not as powerful as it once was, but when you have a nice, slow-moving tower that you know everybody's going to be on, it's going to be there. It's going to be an easy shot for you. We call it the GG Ray for a reason.
Tower control on Snapper Canal. Let's pick this one up. You've got in the purple, you've got the GG boys taking on Yeah Nah in the green. Yeah Nah trying to avoid the 3-0 sweep. GG boys trying to make it a quick trip to the finals tomorrow.
Someone comment on my video.
Splatling here, Nine.
Yep, switching back to it, and of course it does have that Stingray like we talked about, but this map especially is one that lends itself to your backliner riding the tower and being a big threat the entire time. It's just a very scary map to play on.
GG boys already grabbed the tower, and they're moving in on the first checkpoint, and they're making some serious ground early into this one. 4-4 on the map, make that 4-3 as Yeah Nah is able to eliminate one of the GG boys. But the tower continues to move, and here we are, Ashley, almost to the second checkpoint. But what we were talking about, you see Yeah Nah able to push GG boys off that tower.
Oh, and a trade right there. That was very, you know what? I think that Australia, Yeah Nah, will take that trade because you don't want Yamamichi on the map.
Gabe doing some fine work.
Oh,
right
okay,
here,
good to
getting a
know.
couple splats in a row and deploying the Ink Storm. Gabe trying to
So you think
avoid
this was already
those
done?
curling bombs.
Like this match is already completed?
But not enough as you see the splat.
If so, little to no spoilers, please.
The numbers advantage. River and Yamamichi.
They're just swapping.
Lots
They're
of
just
splats
swapping.
right now, and you see Dynamon now hopping on the tower here, Nine, as the GG boys quickly approach.
Oh,
their
two
second
completely
checkpoint.
different
That
ones.
second checkpoint
Oh,
really
yeah.
you saw how quickly
Okay.
that first checkpoint went, but you also saw that even though they had so much going for them, as lots
Yeah,
of
they do that for tournaments. They actually like throwing the teams for a loop, giving them some unexpected maps
Charger right there, taking out a couple opponents at that point.
to see if they are up for the challenge.
Have that long distance control, especially on tower control here.
And they're able to complete the challenge. Oh, they purple got a hold of that transport thing. Huh. But yeah, if they're able to complete the challenge, then they are proving the ultimate squid team.
With those dualies, very mobile as we have the GG boys on the tower once again. 250 left in this one. 4-3 on the field advantage. Yeah, nah. Inkjet right now by FLC and the Stingray. So a couple of specials being deployed by Yeah, nah, and they're able to stop the tower in its tracks, Nine.
What they're doing a great job of right now on the defensive side is even though they're getting split up, they're at least keeping Latias protected enough that she's able to continue to pressure the tower and have those Stingrays up. On the offensive side, however, GG Boys is doing a great job of keeping that split. As you see, once again, that was a frontlaner caught by themselves in what was basically a 2v1.
And Gabe getting caught in the middle, so that's going to be one less squid for Yeah, nah. They're able to finally get on the board, but you see Taiji getting a splat on FLC, Etna on top with the splat dualies as that tower continues to quickly approach. Yamamichi joining in the fun as well, too. Throwing in a couple of curling bombs, and here comes Latias trying to play some backline security for Yeah, nah, as they try to stave off elimination in this third game. But now it's 4-3 on the map, and it seems like the GG boys are just relentless here, Ashley.
They are absolutely relentless. You can see they are doing everything in their power to take Latias out of the game. That is the one thing that I think they're going to want as they get closer and closer to the
Plus
finish.
that would comp for
Dynamon
me.
using that Stingray on the tower, able to push it to the third and final checkpoint here, and now you've got your whole team really pushing Yeah, nah deep into their spawn here, Nine, as we look to see the GG boys close things out. 2 seconds left,
Ooh.
and that will do it for the GG boys. they get the victory, the 3-0 sweep over Yadnaw.
Huh,
Let's give it
Splatoon
up for
2.
Yadnaw and their
Full controller,
participation
nice.
here, putting up a worthy battle. And what we saw there is, once again, I used the word with Ashley here, Nine, just relentless from the GG boys. Once they got that tower, it was just push after push after push.
It is the fine art of the spawn camp, as you would say in a lot of other games. And when you have a lot of long-range pressure coming in, which you did see from Latias, as the crowd goes ahead and gives it up for our competitors, you know that if you let them sit back to their own devices, they're going to make your life very difficult. So great job to GG boys knowing what the threat was and identifying it with that relentless pressure.
Lots of love here for Yadnaw. They're the only team that had a team mom make the trip as well too, and so it was wonderful to have her in the audience. And you look at just how dominant the GG boys looked here, Ashley, and obviously it was no mystery that they defeated 800 teams, but you got a chance to get an up close and personal look at how good this squad really is.
They are absolutely incredible. Not only are they really good at shot calling, they're really good at cutting off lanes of their opponents, and they're also just they're just really good at Splatoon, you guys. I mean, it's really it's insane to watch these players play. Like, all of them are so very good.
Let's take a look at the updated bracket as the GG boys will advance to tomorrow's grand finals. Who will they be taking on? Well, that's going to be between the Back Squids from Europe and Set to Destroy X, as they get set for a best-of-5 matchup between these two squads in these ranked modes. And a bit of a rematch here, Nine, because we saw the Back Squids defeat Set to Destroy X and Turf War in our opening ink pool.
Tomorrow
Really
at 1, June 12th, that's tomorrow.
They won the opening,
And
they won the opening exchange, and then they continue to play solid defense on a map that's not.
I'm going to miss it. We're going to miss most of it.
That
Yeah.
But their fundamentals were good. Their communication was good. Their game plan worked. So
But
we'll
if
see
I'm
here
able
now. I
to
know Turf War is
schedule
little
a
different, but I'm
recording
really
on my
excited to see how
computer,
these two teams that seem to be very closely matched go at
I'll
it.
be able
Let's
to
give you a
stream
reminder of
the
order of
recording
modes we're going to go in
at
for these
a later
semifinals.
time
Once again,
tomorrow,
we will start
actually.
with Splat Zones, and after that, it'll go to Clam Blitz and Tower Control. If a Game 4 is necessary, that will be Rainmaker.
Splat
And then
Zones,
Game 5, let's go ahead
nice.
and hop back on the tower for that one if we need to. And it seems like
So
what we
same exact
saw
order.
from the
Okay.
Back Squids, Majin doing a great job on that back line, Ashley, with that Rapid Blaster.
Really good work by him. I was just about to talk about how he
Ooh,
absolutely
I had some very
control
nice
of
words
the
given
back
to
line.
me
There
from
was
someone who has
no
13K
flanking allowed
subs.
when Majin was on the field, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do here, and if they can make
Oh,
as
I
little
see.
unforced errors as
Gotcha.
possible, if they really go out of their way
Okay,
to not
see you later,
make,
Witchwell.
like,
Thank you.
not like self-imposed
D&D,
mistakes.
Dungeons
I
and
think they can
Dragons?
really
Okay.
I think they can pull
Very
it off.
cool.
And Set to
Well, bye
Destroy
for now,
X
Witchwell.
here,
Thanks for
Nine,
coming
look
out.
at how much the
Alright,
North
I want to
American
step
community
away
grew
for
over
a
last
sec,
year from
guys,
Splatoon
but
1 to Splatoon 2, knocking off
I'm
over
not going to
500
change
teams
away
just
from
to
this
get here. And this is a team that really
stream
didn't
at
face
all.
much resistance locally as well too, as they
But
qualified.
I am
Yeah,
going
it
to turn off
was,
my webcam and be
sweeps
right back in
all
a
over
couple
the
of
place.
minutes.
They have been a very strong
See you
team,
in a
and
short
it
bit.
speaks volume. We've gone through so many different changes in the meta. We've gone through so many different weapon releases, new stages, new modes. It just doesn't seem to matter. They're always one step ahead of what's going on here. Unfazed. But I don't know. We'll see if this first one got to them at all. I think they're pretty happy with the composition they were using. It's just going to be a matter of execution at this point.
Players right now getting things finalized in the lobby, selecting their gear and their main abilities as well too. And really, for the most part, what we're seeing from these teams is that communication, Ashley, getting that initial push. And really, nobody's had a early lead and then really had to face getting somebody coming from behind and really taking control. It seems like those teams that get to the advantage early, these teams are so fundamental that they can secure the lead at that point.
Yeah, they absolutely can. I mean, we see this all the time with Set to Destroy X. They're very good at getting to the center of the map and making it happen.
Let's go ahead and get started with Splat Zones in Mako Mart, and you see Team USA Set to Destroy X in that magenta ink, and then in the turquoise ink, you've got the Back Squids from Europe. And Nine, any observations from the initial loadout here for Splat Zone?
Well, you can hop right on over to that charger of Echo. Echo being one of the best chargers in the game right now. It's not a common pick, and anytime you have that on your team, you are relying on them to make some big shots because they cannot paint as well as some other weapons.
Set to Destroy X hopping in the express lane as they take early control of the Splat Zone here. 100 to 83, they have the early advantage, but you see the Inkjet and Baller being deployed for the Back Squids at this point as Fuzzy trying to hold down the back line, tossing a couple of burst bombs, trying to avoid Majin, who just gets done with that Inkjet. Majin moving forward with that Rapid Blaster as well too, and now the Back Squid sees control here, Ashley.
Yeah, that's great for them. I think that Watson did a lot of really good work there on the left, the slosher, before he got splatted, and now we see Majin just waiting, lying in wait for someone to come by.
And here you see the great view of the push from the back squids. They're now deep into set to destroy X territory, trying to make a push here. Inkjet being deployed, but no, that Inkjet gonna get struck in mid-air and set to destroy X. It's 3-3 on the map. However, they lose the lead now. It's 50-65 advantage back squids. Stingray ready to go for Echo. Echo with the one-shot splat. You heard it right there. Now it's 65-42 advantage still for the back squids, and it's a 4-0 wipe right there for the back squids as they continue to push deeper and deeper into set to destroy X territory. But Hexen isn't ready to give this one up yet. He gets the splat with the slosher, and it seems like set to destroy here, 9 really needs a team effort as the clock continues to tick down closer, but here comes that penalty, 9.
That was a slow and staggered 4-0 wipe, but it was still a wipe. And man, you talk about clutch. They did not have a lot of specials to work with there. They did just enough, but you're seeing already they're starting to lose the zone again. They're going to have to be careful.
Might we see a comeback here in splat zones? And really, it seems like Echo with that charger here, Ashley, doing a great job of controlling the map.
Excellent job of lane control, and also really he's going to be the guy who's shot calling. He's going to be able to see who's coming in. He's going to say, hey, Hexen left. Hey, you know, everybody left, right, up, down. I mean, this is a great position for him to be in.
Oh, but hold on to your tentacles here. Set to destroy, trying to make the comeback. 35-12. You see the 67-second penalty for the back squids as well, too. But here comes the bomb rush. Can they establish control? And they do. They throw the penalty on. Majin getting the
are they able to hold it, though?
For Splat is Kyo also.
Are they able to hold it?
Storm helping out set to destroy X. It's now 2-2 on the field. 9. Looks like the back squids trying to cut deep into that penalty here.
Fuzzy going to use this bomb rush a little bit preemptively, try to allow his team to come back in. He knows that they used 2 specials there and still lost that exchange, so he's going to have to give them an avenue back in, and it works just as intended.
Set to destroy X. They get control of the zone once again. 2 minutes left, and Fuzzy was a beast, wasn't he? Getting the splat right there. 30-12. Penalty ticking down for set to destroy. 4-4 on the field.
Fuzzy was there.
Watson with the splat and the slosher, and here comes the Stingray as back squids try to take control, and we have a baller set to go for Watson as well too here, actually.
I mean, Watson has done such a great job on the left side of that map, just absolutely taking control. It's only been a couple of times he's been splatted over there, so I think he's really doing a great job here.
Bomb rush being deployed. Hexen with that slosher trying to gain control. Zone is up for grabs. 1:29 left in this one. And 9. Now you start to figure the timer in this game starting to play a factor.
And you see they're under 30 seconds left on this penalty. They've been working to it for so long, you almost forget that they're scoring here, but they are doing just that. This is what's important. You're going to see the back squids try to stack it, but Watson went down very early in that push. That might set them back.
You've got one special ready to go for the back squids. They're going to need it to gain control, but here comes a baller from Hexen. Perfectly timed on the explosion. Avoids the suction bomb right there. And now you've got set to destroy X.
Come on.
It's trying to get equal, but no, zone is up for grab. Can it be regained by either team? And yes, set to destroy X grabs it. It's a 4-0 wipe for them as they make a push. 3 seconds away from taking the lead.
USA! Come on.
3 seconds left. Will they do it? And yes, we see
yes! Woohoo!
flat zones and set to destroy X. Ashley using that 4-0 wipe at the perfect moment to take control of this game.
I mean, it really is. It's a matter of seconds before things can change, and I think that I think Backswitz was doing a really good job of controlling set to destroy X, keeping them out of that splat zone, but it just wasn't enough. And honestly, Hexen's shot calling really, I think, made the difference here.
It was great for them to, whenever you have an opponent pushing at you with 3 specials, almost every time we saw that zone flip all the way back. It was a back and forth endeavor. But we talked about it. Who can break that cycle? Who can break that chain? You have to identify where those specials are coming from very quick. That's exactly what they did. And once the 3 specials didn't flip it back the other way, you kind of got the sense that SCDX had it.
Well, let's take a look at a couple key turning points in this matchup. And you were talking about it right there, 9. The use of the specials. And what are we seeing here? A minute left. It looked like this is really when set to destroy X took control of everything.
That's when all the specials have been used like that. And great job there by Pengit staying alive. Remember, when you go down, it paints the zone, and Penget was standing in the back of that zone. That might have been enough to allow Echo to position a little bit better here. Some icing on the cake there at Kaito as he desperately tried to get back to that zone. But again, it really was their ability to kind of thrust aside those specials as they came in.
What I liked about Wit right there, Ashley, is an understanding of the opponent's weapon. You're charging in with that rapid blaster, but you realize you've got the range advantage. I don't need to close the gap. Let me create some more distance. The timer is my friend at this point.
Of course, and if they get splatted inside the splat zone, all the better, because that's just more ink for your team on the ground, keeping you in control.
And we saw Echo using that Charger 9, and as we look back at some of his
People
play,
know
it
the
looks
game
very
inside and
impressive
out.
as far as their ability, the back squid, to control the map early on. Take us through
Yeah,
what we're seeing
it's
with
fine.
Echo.
I'm the same with
whenever
games
you
I
get
play a
ace
lot
knife,
too.
that generally means that you're, one, in a good position to make it happen, and two, it just is a complete momentum shift here. Again, that inkjet going down very quickly, quite important because that was a special that was used in an aggressive position. You see that snipe right there, Hex in the front liner. We talk how important it is for frontliners to be able to push back deep, but that really pushed that one aside, allowed that splat on Kyo to be opened up, but it all started with that snipe.
And an absolutely thrilling matchup as we saw lead changes left and right. I think it's just an appetizer of what's to be expected between these two squads. Now we go ahead and change gears to Clam Blitz for both of these teams. We got to see a little early addition as the GG boys took on Yeah Nah. Anything differently we might see from that early matchup, because it seemed like the GG boys got up to the early lead and then they really kept that pressure on Yeah Nah. I assume it'll be the same story in this.
That's what both sides are going to be aiming to do. I imagine we'll see pretty similar compositions. The one thing that's interesting me is what
these are
Echo is going
seeds
to go
number
here. 'Cause long range can
2
thrive
and
on this map,
3,
but don't be
right?
surprised
Yeah.
if he goes with a different weapon, and he did, hopping over to that blaster for a little bit more pressure.
Let's get things started on Sturgeon Shipyard Clam Blitz. You've got in the turquoise the back squids of Europe, and then in the orange, you're going to be going with Set to Destroy X. They've got a one-game lead on the back squids. Oh, 3-1.
Wow! Already.
To put in some work with the slosher, and that's a splat for a splat, but now it's 2-0 on the field. Set to Destroy X, and those clams are up for grabs as Set to Destroy trying to take an early
Guys, keep in
advantage
mind,
here.
if you're
And now it's
watching
all about
this,
managing
if you're enjoying this content, even though I'm not making the content right now,
Yeah, and you're
Nintendo
gonna be able to
is.
use those rotating pieces of the map.
Still, leave a
to really
like,
do that.
shows
You can use it as cover,
that you
can use it
support
as a way
me
to get
and
in.
you want to see
Like
more.
Ryan was saying, you can score from there.
And
So these
subscribe
rotating pieces
to
of the map are gonna
see
be so
to be
key
notified of
for these
future
two
streams and uploads,
ready to
because
go
I
for
got some
Kaito.
pretty cool
Neither
stuff
team
coming up.
with
Pretty
a
cool
power
stuff.
at this point. Oh, but the splat
leave us
in mid-air by Kyo, and that's
Leave
a
us a
splat for
description,
Splat will take all
because
day, 9 when
I'm
we
actually
take
doing
out a
double
special
stream
set
today.
And it also
Going to be doing Osu right after this tournament with a good friend of mine named Zombie Gabo. So hope you stay tuned for that.
An important splat right there. Another trade. Both sides are trying to establish control of this lower area before they make their big push, but neither side is giving it away for free.
Kyo and Hexen going down, and right now we just have a lot of splats.
No free lunch.
No team able to really put any pressure on with a
My
power
switch
tournament.
for the
That just goes to show you how evenly
yeah, I was
matched
going
these
back.
two teams seem
That,
to be
no, that's
early
not
on
that.
in this semifinal. Oh, Majin putting in work once again with the Rapid Blaster Pro. You've got a special
how it was on my-
baller
always on this
being
side.
deployed, and then an Ink Storm, as it seems like momentum starting to shift here, Ashley.
I mean, yeah, this is a really good chance. You got the Inkstorm coming in. It's going to slow down SPDX. It's going to enable EU backswitch to get in there and hopefully score some goals.
Majin's got a couple of clams away from a power clam, and that's the first one that breaks the barrier, and now it's open. It's all about tossing those clams in, but great defensive push here, 9.
And so there's something, so we talked about that pity clam earlier. You don't have to build up any clams to do so. They're going to charge in here as quickly as they can because they got that 4-0 wipe. If they're able to take out these frontliners right here, which it looks like they were able to get a couple of them.
Okay, so it's green because that's the thing that green is going. No, wait.
The football trying to find an open basket, but Win
Oh.
unable to avoid the ink and gets caught. Custom Blaster getting the splat right there, 65-100 advantage right now.
Yeah, no, never mind.
As we've got Set to Destroy X with the one-game lead. Here comes a splat bomb.
Makes
Echo doing
sense
a
that you
fine
go
job
for
of
the
avoiding
opposite
that.
color.
Still peppering the area with some ink. Gonna take out that sprinkler. No, thank you. I don't need to waste any ink there. Echo trying to help fortify their position. Echo backing up, getting the splat on Fuzzy. Inkjet ready to go. Can Echo get another splat? More pressure being put on by the back squids. They're up 4-2. Oh, but Echo Echo gets taken out, and Set to Destroy X still unable to really get that one initial push they need here, Ashley.
Yeah, and that was really unfortunate for Echo because his special was ready to go, and now he's going to be taking a little bit of a penalty there. Oh.
Rapid Blaster on Rapid Blaster crime right there as both go down with the Splat. Hexen and Majin kill right now with that Blaster, and we have a Power Clamp ready to go for Set to Destroy, but that one goes down. This is going to be a critical exchange, but the 3-on-1 is enough for the back squids to get the advantage there. And now 130 into play. We talked about that timer here, 9.
Here comes the baller. This is what we see all the time, although it looks like they were able to snuff out the carrier there. What happens is, oftentimes, if you defend that, you can't always break the baller, but you can at least take down the carrier, and Watson making a presence.
Wow.
Watson putting a couple of splats in his bucket. It's all Watson.
Dude.
And here comes the baller in their base. Can he do enough damage? No, the baller gets eliminated. And the defensive pressure once again. But the barrier is broken by the back squids. And they're continuing to build their lead against Set to Destroy X as we have a minute left. It's 50 to 100 back squids. And Watson really paving a way to help give the advantage to the back squids here, Ashley.
Or 0 to 50 because it starts at 100, you know. If you were to count up.
It looks like hopefully SDDX is looking to make a really big push here in the last 40 seconds.
40 seconds left, as you said, 100 to 50. And if you are Set to Destroy X, you've got a Power Clamp in possession. However, you're down 4-2. 4-2 on the field right now, 9.
4-2, and those were their two frontliners as well. Kyo has not been as effective with that custom blaster as we would like to see running in, and it speaks volumes of the way that Majin is playing as that rotating back line. He has the longest range on the team, and he's using that to shut down those lanes on the left and right side.
13 seconds left. This most likely will go into overtime, and as you know here, 9, it just takes a couple of power clams, and you can make a comeback when you're down 50. Is there going to be enough time and enough clams on the field for Set to Destroy to mount a comeback? And that is it. The back squids holding things down on Clam Blitz. We saw a couple of those aggressive pushes, and you see the emotion on their faces and the communication. This is a team that came here with high hopes, and they are delivering early on, 9.
And in a mode like Clam Blitz, so often we say Clam Blitz is the most volatile, but that was just fundamentals winning over and over, knowing how to push up, and being able to identify Pengit, who had an incredible game there on that Rapid Blaster Pro. You have to be able to move them if you're going to make any pushes. Great job to them all around.
And you see the emotion from the back squids. Let's look at that tear that Watson went on early in this one to help build the advantage for the back squids. You see a minute 30 left, and 9.
Hello, chat. How's it going? You enjoying this viewing party so far? I know I am, because man, this is some good matchup on Splatoon. Splatoon 2.
Knows that he can rush up. That ball
Besides,
is no longer
now
this
is
is
the
running right up,
second edition of
incredible
Splatoon.
fall-off damage that the Slosher class does have, and just making it look so easy. I promise it's not, but hey, great players make great plays.
Watson with 3 splats, and they were able to get another power clam into the goal. They built the 50-point lead, and it was too much for Set to Destroy X. In fact, you look at the defense here, and my goodness, Ashley, they were able to keep Set to Destroy X from even getting on the board that matchup.
Yeah, they almost kept them entirely from that courtyard where their goal was. So that was incredible defense. And as 9 was saying earlier, I mean, in a mode like Clam Blitz, if you can get ahead early, play defense, defense wins the championship, you know?
Now we shift gears. Look at you with the sport references. You learned a lot over the last year. I like it right there, Ashley. We're going to get set to tower control on Sniper Canal.
That's funny.
Tower control, some of the similar things. A lot of blasters here, 9. That Stingray is important on that slow-moving tower. But also in Snapper Canal, it's an interesting level because there are some pitfalls, and you have to be very good with your maneuverability in this stage.
And I think the GG boys and actually showed us pretty much exactly how you would like to play this. The long-range threats are going to be there. They're going to be able to put the pressure on the tower, so it's up to those frontliners to find a way to get in and pressure them, not let them have their way.
And you look at the sub-weapons that are going to be used in here, and obviously a lot of bombs, and the splat bombs, suction bombs can be very important, but what about the Toxic Mist? We're seeing that from some teams as well, too, here, 9.
Yeah, you throw it there, and especially on here, you know everyone's going to be around the tower. You toss it there, it just makes it that much more difficult for them to maneuver around. We're seeing Fuzzy here on the custom Jet Squelcher, as well as Echo on that Sniper. That's going to be the long-range threat we talked about.
Let's go ahead and pick this up in Snapper Canal as we just get started with under 5 minutes to go. And what about the loadouts that we see here? We see some interesting choices and a Jet Squelcher for Set to Destroy X here, Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that choice. It's not quite as long range, obviously, as a Charger, but you know, it'll do the job. And I think that Set to Destroy X is ready to use it well.
Back Squids take the early lead, 81 to 100. However, that tower is going to stop, and what do we just see that happen right there, Nine?
Those Stingrays canceled each other out, and now it's just the Rapid Blasters left. It was a mirror image on both sides. It was so important that both sides try to get that other Stingray down. Again,
left for now. Kind of making it sound they are kind of making it sound like that once you get splattered, you can't respawn. But not true, because I see all 4 people from the orange and all 4 people from the purple back on the playing field. So yeah. Fuzzy Wuzzy was the bail. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
That was rough. I mean, you have Echo on the tower there, and that's not really the best positioning.
Sorry,
for him.
Fuzzy.
You want him to be a little bit
I had
further in
to.
the back line, kind of taking care of business.
88 to 74, the advantage right now for Back Squids, but it looks like that lead might change. Fuzzy trying to hold on, but
Ooh, that was a huge change. Ooh.
Right there, Nine. The ability to get through that first checkpoint is going to make things much easier for Set to Destroy X as they continue to face off against the Back Squid.
And Hexen using that baller on tower to stay alive allowed the rest of the team to come back just in time. You're seeing another jump out happen here already. They know that they're going to have to do a better job mounting this defense. They can't trickle into it.
You talk about trickling in, and you have to have a coordinated team effort, not only on offense, but also on defense. 43-74 advantage for Set to Destroy X. However, the tower going back to neutral, but no, it gets claimed once again by Set to Destroy X. Watson trying to put in some work with those dualies. Clearing some space right here at this point. Retreating, reading his opponent. Able to move around, gets the splat on Kyo. How about the footwork? Watson once again trying to get another splat, avoiding the damage from the slosher. Watson, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him, Nine.
And that's not really the way that you'd like to play that situation. And enemies right in front of you. Let me throw my Inkstorm right in your face here. But that's a 4-0 wipe again. Watson came to play today.
Advantage, though, for Set to Destroy. You see the lead, 43-74, as the Back Squids now take the tower to the first checkpoint. They're looking to finally clear it. Looks like they'll have no issues as Echo sits atop it right now with that Charger ready to go. Plenty of real estate in front of them as they now approach the second checkpoint. Kaito jumping in to help out. Watson rolling on the backside. Looks like a couple of splats with the slosh. Kyo going down. 3-2 advantage, Back Squids. However, Set to Destroy. Oh, Witch with a couple of on-target shots there, Nine.
That might have saved the game for them right there.
Dang, Witch.
Frontliners right in their face. If Pingit had gone down in that situation, they would have been able to walk up to that checkpoint and maybe even all the way through it. If they win the game, that may be the play that does it.
What's the tower at?
Advantage on the field for Set to Destroy with that lead, 3-3. Ashley, we got a minute 30 left, though, and once
Tower's
again,
moving.
Watson on the tower. Not much time left for the Back Squids if they're trying to make a push.
Yeah, they're going to have to really work hard here to take out. Penkit's got to go, and you got to take out those frontliners. Otherwise, this is going to be a really tough.
It's a really good frontliner.
Jeez. Right now for Set to Destroy X. You think about maybe shifting to a defensive focus here. Echo trying to get some splats with that Charger. Stingray ready to go. You've got Wit in the back line for Set to Destroy. 4-4 on the field. Neither team really trying to go get the tower at this point, Nine.
No, they're not able to get anywhere close to it. Kyo doing all of this crazy stuff there. I think we were trying to get some Sports Center highlight level play there. Not going to go for it there. Majin going down there to Kyo is what really set this entire thing up. If Majin was able to get that same splat that we saw Penga get earlier, they might not even be on the tower right now.
Hexen with a couple of splats, and that Slosher has the baller ready to go. They're at the second checkpoint trying to add to their lead. You see the Toxic Mist trying to decrease things, and no, baller unable to be used, but a couple of critical splats. It's now 2.
Missed the critical stuff. Jeez.
20 seconds left, and Ashley, you got to be perfect if you want to make the comeback at this point.
You do. I think that double splat hurt my heart a little bit, Nine. I like to watch that happen, but I hope that they can jump on this tower here and get going.
4-3 on the field. 8 seconds left. Can Set to Destroy hold on strong. If you're the back squids, you got to hop on the tower at this point to force overtime. Majin on there, trying to force overtime. Here comes a couple of more back squids. Toxic Mist ready to go. Oh, but the defensive stance by Set to Destroy X. They're able to respond and take back another game. They now have the 2-1 advantage.
Okay, so I don't know how to score on the tower control. Okay, so that means US lost.
And the game registers it as going the other way, but man.
So one more loss for the US, so out.
It really was. And that's what we're seeing from both of these teams here, Ashley, is the fact that it's that initial push, but you aren't having much luck securing the game at that point. These other teams are making great comebacks, and what we saw from Set to Destroy X, just enough pressure late in the game to keep the back squids from mounting a comeback.
Absolutely, and I think there was some really good special management in about the last minute or so of the game. They really took their time, made wise decisions on when to utilize those specials, and of course, if you happen to have I don't know, if you happen to have your special right at the end there and you can shoot it right at the tower, all the better.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there kind of becomes a game of cat and mouse in that situation. You look up, you see that your opponent has the Stingray, and you having your Stingray says, okay, I can't fire this first, because if they shoot that Stingray at the tower, it's going to take me down. I have to be there ready to counter.
And Wit obviously putting in some major work for Set to Destroy X. And what did we see right there, Nine, as far as one of those critical points in this match?
We saw two frontliners in the perfect position to steal that tower back and make a big push. And we saw a mid to back line player making a better play against all odds.
Well, let's get set for Game 4 in this semifinal matchup. It'll be our first look at Rainmaker in this Splatoon 2 World Championship. And let's break down what this is going to be all about. For those of you not familiar with it, you carry a mystical missile launcher called the Rainmaker to a pedestal in the enemy base. The Rainmaker is initially located in the center of the stage and is protected by a barrier. If the battle ends without a KO, the team with the lowest gold distance will win. And Ashley, you talk about a game that takes a lot of communication. You look at Rainmaker and everything that can happen with it.
That's right. I mean, you really have to be talking to your opponents, especially the designated Rainmaker carrier. It needs to know exactly where everybody else is and how they can help propel their team to victory.
And Nine, map knowledge is always very important no matter what game mode, but it seems like in Rainmaker, every map is going to have an obvious route for the Rainmaker, but there's also that one little detour you can make where you can really take out a large chunk of your score.
And shot calling so important here. When you pick up that Rainmaker, you have to know then and there, we're going this way, we're going left, we're going right up the middle.
So you need to have the score go down. Interesting.
The opponent gains special meter when you are holding the Rainmaker. You know, if you take too long, they're going to throw as many specials as they can, and everyone on the map can see that Rainmaker.
Players in the lobby making their final adjustments as we get set for Rainmaker. Game 4, Set to Destroy X taking on the back squids. What's at stake? Well, Set to Destroy X is victorious. They will face off against the GG Boys in our grand finals tomorrow. Back squids trying to force a Game 5 and extend this semifinal matchup. Kelp Dome Rainmaker. So Nine, this is one of those interesting maps where if you want to really get an advantage with that Rainmaker, you're going to have to go over a lot of area that you can't ink.
Well, I hear the people in the crowd cheering. One of the most notable games of Splatoon ever played was on this exact map in mode. The score went from 11 to 7 to 5. It's a very difficult path that you have to take right through the middle, but when all those specials are concentrating in the same area, you never know what's going to happen.
You've got Set to Destroy X in the green, taking on the back squids in the blue or purple. How you see it. And Fuzzy going down, but then Kaito getting splatted as well too as Echo rolling with the heavy splatling here. And Ashley, nobody's really grabbed that Rainmaker quite yet. You want to be careful when you get your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see Echo being a little bit more conservative because obviously you don't want to be a heavy splatling down, especially on this map.
4:15 left in this one, and it's 3-1 on the field. Back squids, you figure this is the time to grab that Rainmaker and make a little push. And they've got it in their possession. You've got an Ink Storm and a Baller being deployed as well too.
Set to Destroy X is green, which is Team USA. Okay.
Back squids really trying to have a coordinated effort as Majin hanging out in the back with a little bit of protection.
But this isn't Turf Wars.
Gonna opt to use that Stingray.
Europe would only have this.
We talked about the cat and mouse game that gets played there. Kyo had just enough time to respawn.
Blue has Rainmaker, yes.
But this is a much better look, though they
are
3 down. But
they gotta
again, 3 down on the other side.
destroy the barrier, but
might be a stalemate here at 62.
you up.
Super jumping to Kaito's position. They're able to burst the shield on the Rainmaker, but there comes that Toxic Mist. And a curling bomb followed by an auto bomb and a nice splat done right there.
Nice.
You see that 52 Gal Deco taken out, but Echo once again trying to build the lead.
US is in danger. Come on, come on, come on.
Finally getting splatted, but you look at the score advantage and the back squids with a huge advantage early on here, Ashley, 29-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is a point where they could very easily say, okay, let's just play hard defense and keep STDX away from us at all costs.
Okay, good. We got the Rainmaker.
However, met with a splat bomb, it seems like the back squids are sniffing out what he's trying to do. Wint trying to get a splat, waiting for more help from his teammates. You see Kyo trying to come on over, a splat for splat between Kaito and Fuzzy, and now we've got 3-3. Oh, the Stingray taking things out, playing that defensive position as we talked about, 9.
Very scary. Kyo was able to take that one down, and Hexen gonna jump in. They're doing just enough on defense. I cannot stress to you how close this is to going the other way. Incredible defense right here. That's why the Stingray is so
What a
and why it's so difficult to move forward.
possible game 5. Possible 5th game.
It gets put back to the middle of the stage here. 65-29 advantage. You see set to destroy X. They're down right now. 2 games to 1. They've got the advantage, though, trying to get this third and decisive match. Oh, Echo getting splattered right here by Hexen, and Hexen's going to go ahead and take that Rainmaker. You see 4-1 on the field. Here's the chance for set to destroy if they want. Let's see if the back squids can replicate that wonderful defense they had. Hexen getting splatted in the alley. 57-29, a minute 55 left in this one. And Ashley, what can you say about the defensive presence we're seeing from the back squids?
I mean, they're doing a great job of holding back just far enough to stay out of range and being able to kind of use this choke point right here as a way to sort of keep everybody out.
Echo with the Rainmaker hanging out by his base, being told not to go backwards. Stingray trying to take things out. Echo trying to be very careful, goes through the great.
Come on, Echo. Oh!
With a bucket of being courtesy of Hexen.
Wait, no. Sorry, Echo was. Sorry, I didn't see the country code at the beginning though. I see done with the. Oh! Yes, yes, yes. Come on, come on, come on. Oh!
They weren't able to get anybody down in that situation, so they're still going to be able to set themselves up and play defense. And more than anything, they're going to be able to run it back there, back to the middle. This has been a goal line stand for almost 3 minutes here.
Back squids really holding on to their lead, 29-57, a minute left. 4-3 on the field, courtesy of the back squids. They've got the advantage. They're trying to force a game 5. We see Majin right now swimming through the ink, peppering things with that rapid blaster, able to get 2 direct hits and takes out Wit. And it seems like at this point, Ashley, you've got to play more defense than offense if you're the back squids when you've got the advantage.
100%. I mean, at this point, you've got 40 seconds left in the game. All you have to do is just keep STDX away from that Rainmaker.
Hexen using the baller, trying to take out a couple of members of back squids. Unable to do that right there. Oh, but gets a splat on Majin. But Watson able to come in with that slosher, protect things. Here's one of the final pushes you're going to see from set to destroy X. They're able to
USA.
territory, but no, it gets stopped. 43-29. Oh, you also see the Stingray going down, and it is a 4-1 wipe temporarily, and it looks like the back squids 9 are going to hold things down and try to force a game 5. That Inkjet defense as Wit goes down as well too, and let's go ahead and serve ourselves up a game 5 as the back squids seemed like they were playing defense that entire matchup, 9.
And that's exactly what it was, and I can't tell you how many of those plays had to go exactly the way that they did, but you saw there at the very end, right when they needed that final bit of a defensive stop there, the Stingray was ready. The economy of specials doing just enough there. One that we didn't catch on camera, Majin, who had 22 splats in that game. It was another almost identical situation to what we saw from Pengit. 2 people rushed. He was able to get one of them down and force the trade on the other side.
Wait, I didn't catch. Who won?
In that match. That was so close.
Ashley, we have a game 5 in the semifinals.
Ah! US won.
What do you think is going through the mind of these players?
Strawberry Lash.
Very pivotal matchup in these semifinals.
I mean, you know, I feel like they have been in this situation so much that this is just another game. You know, it's like you get in there and they've played these modes so often. They are cool
USA is still in it. This is the
go in there, and I don't think they're going to really change.
This is the semifinal matchup for
Well, our
to determine the winner for tomorrow's finals matchup. USA is still in it. It's tied 2 apiece. There is a game 5 right now, happening very soon, actually.
Is there any particular team that you
Just
think
keeps
has
on
an
going back
advantage
and
in this
forth.
game mode, even if you
So
look at the last result here, 9?
Well, that game went so close that
thank you very much for coming back, my fellow Hallians. Really does mean a lot.
Honestly can't make a pick right now.
You're seeing a lot of confidence, a lot of excitement from the back squids, especially that last game. They were able to stave off elimination here, Ashley. You've got a hungry, confident team trying to dethrone essentially the defending champions as we get set for our Game 5 and our final semifinal matchup here. It'll be Tower Control on Ink Blot Art Academy. And what can you tell us about this stage here, Ash?
I mean, I love the Inkblot Art Academy because it has that tower right in the middle, and then there's a really interesting route for the tower for me. I mean, usually you would expect it to maybe go a little bit up and over, but no, it goes all the way around. So there are some specific choke points here that are going to make it very difficult for any team to finish tower control.
And 9, we see Echo bringing out that charger in this matchup. 3-2 on the map, and it's going to be the back squids in purple taking the early lead as they go ahead and take the tower to the first checkpoint.
And you see already Echo has that Stingray built up. If a Stingray goes and aims at the tower, he's going to be able to do something about it with a Stingray of his own. The pressure is coming in. Great job to both Hexen and Kyo, kind of pincering that one and shutting it down. That first checkpoint always goes quick. That second checkpoint is the one we're going to be looking for.
Wit getting a couple of splats right here. Keep an eye on him as we have...
Oh, I see. Green is on the purple side for the scoreboard because, yeah, it's going against them. Makes sense.
They face the deficit, but they're back on the tower now. Back squid's going to have to play a little bit more of that famed defense that we've seen so far in these semifinals.
I don't know who they were chanting, but
but now it's 4-1, 9,
might be a USA.
And look at how far Kyo has been pushed up there on that.
The Pop, it seems like you've come to enough of my streams, yeah. What's your Discord name again? With your last 4 digits?
Paving the way for Fuzzy in that tower as they get to the second checkpoint. A Stingray being deployed. 2-2 as we see a couple of members of Set to Destroy.
Actually, let me do it this way. Ads.
Come and join him on the tower. Fuzzy hopping off the tower, gets the splat. Oh, but Echo with the snipe, and that's going to go ahead and clear things out. And it looks like you got a defensive stance by the back squids. However, Ashley, Set to Destroy X, the damage is done. They took the lead.
Indeed. I mean, and now it's going to take them even longer to just get to the middle of the map, which means they're just going to have to face off right in the center before they can make any progress.
Here come the back squids, though. They've got 2 specials charged up.
Just the pop, not the pop, not the pop pound. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this.
Is Echo going to sit on the tower and use it? We've got a couple of members for Set to Destroy X with the higher ground. Echo hopping off the tower as they get set to approach the second checkpoint.
120. Wait, 120. Oh, sub count 120. Gotcha. Yeah. You had. Wow, definitely. Ooh, I'm actually making a crucial moment right now. Oh. Set to Destroy X screen. No. Come on. No. Come on. Get them off the tower. Get back on the tower. Push it the other way. Come on.
Set to Destroy X, trying to push that tower back. 13 left in this one. Auto bomb trying to
yes, it's being pushed back. Good.
Kyo trying to pave some way, trying to take out that charger of Echoes, trying to do some map control. Kyo with a couple of inkjet being deployed, gets the splat, and now you got the tower moving. 4-3 advantage for Set to Destroy here.
Kyo is an absolute machine. He took 3 people out. Then he went into the back line and started taking
3? Wow. Okay, hold on. I'll get you that war in a sec. This is pretty cool, actually. Oh.
It's 3-2 on the map. Set to Destroy X on the tower. They're trying to get to
come on.
Checkpoint. They've got to
get to the checkpoint. Come on.
Fuzzy trying to ride it. Fuzzy hopping off the tower. They got to ride it for a couple more seconds.
No! Yes, checkpoint 3. Yes, no. Oh.
Squids as they essentially wipe out Set to Destroy X and 9. That might have been their best opportunity to mount the comeback.
Oh, I know. Push.
20 points, and I'm running out of words right now. I'm running out of breath. I can't even pronounce my R's correctly right now. This is so intense here. They're going to have to get back mid-control, but if you're the back squids, you have to be patting yourself on the back. Everything was against you there, and you executed properly. Back squids, they've got 3-3 on the field, but they do have a Stingray ready to go for Echo, trying to sit back there and control the map. We're at 40.
Okay, it's in the center of the map, but
they were down 2-1, but can they score the upset?
Advantage the back squids could do at 18.
against Wit, taking him out. Gonna go ahead and super jump back to base. But you've got set to destroy X. 2 specials and a 3-2 advantage. Kyo trying to...
Okay, it's moving to purple territory. Good, good, good. Come on, come on, come on.
30 seconds left here, 9. What needs to be executed?
The Stingray coming out here, but it's coming out here as well, and the Stingray is now done. They're going to need to get somebody else down there. It's going to be the baller coming in as well. The last one is Kyo. Can Kyo save the game? And
Oh!
Watson doing all things necessary.
Yes!
The house. 10 seconds left. Tower being taken back to the middle. Will this be the end for set to destroy X?
But not yet. It's not cool.
In the championship.
Come on.
And it's in overtime at this point.
Overtime.
In the middle, it's not enough. And the back squids come from behind.
Dang it!
To get the victory. We've got
Dang it!
cords flying everywhere as the victory goes to the
And Steph was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, man, GG, Europe.
About the defensive presence we saw throughout that match there, 9.
Clutch.
GG.
I could say so many words right now, but Clutch is the only one. I mean,
Number
you see it
140,
the emotion
okay,
coming out
gotcha.
from the back squids there, knowing how very close that
Oh,
was.
I see, yeah.
How many times they had to execute perfectly, and they did just enough to get those wins. They weren't pretty, but they still go in the
There you go,
win
the
column.
pop.
And Ashley, we try to catch our breath.
Man, that was, yeah, that was
How
close.
about
Oh,
that moment when
jeez.
you thought set to destroy X was going to overcome and take the lead, but you get the perfect defensive stance. And what else can you say about Watson and what he was able to do?
Watson on that slosher was an absolute
All right.
beast.
Japan
that
tomorrow
was just
versus Europe.
Great play by him. And again, with them having so much experience at this level, it enabled them to not panic. When they were just 2 beats away from getting the lead, they kept their calm, they did their job, and that let them win.
And you see the joy and the emotion. How about a round of applause for Set to Destroy X? Some very exciting games that we had here. But 9, let's take a look at a couple of replays that really decided this match. And you talked about
I'm giving it to them, definitely. Wow.
Equal level throughout this entire semifinal. What are we seeing here as we almost saw the lead change?
Well, exactly that. We almost saw the lead change here once again. Set to destroy
Yeah.
everything, right? Hexen pushed up with that baller, but
It was like,
you saw
no,
there
because
the Inkjet come in
we got
just
splatted.
enough to push the baller back.
But
that gave
yes,
them
we
enough
went
room
because we
to
got
push
to checkpoint
there if
3.
they wanted to. Watson came in and cleaned up right there at the end. Kyo almost single-handedly brought that game back for them, put them in that great spot. But again, great players make great plays. And when it's a game that's like that, you just can't identify one play.
Competitive greatness, bringing your best when your best is needed, and Watson and the back squid's able to do that. They will find themselves in the finals against the GG boys. But let's go ahead and bring out the rest of our other teams that participated today, and the man himself, Mr. Nogami.
Okay, gonna have my camera for this, but I'm still here.
Yeah, 興奮がちょっと収まらないですね。I gotta get my emotions under control here. 決勝進出を決められたチームの皆さん、おめでとうございます。
Congratulations to our 2 teams who will be proceeding to the finals.
どのチームも本当に素晴らしい戦いぶりで、ちょっと僕も舞台裏で興奮して声を叫び声を上げてしまいました。
But I also want to give congratulations to all our teams who gave us a splat-tacular performance today. Watching backstage,
I see what he did there.
screaming and shouting along with you.
I was too. Jeez.
ありがとうございます。サンキュー。会場の皆さんや、あとインターネットで中継をご覧になっている皆さん、本当に応援ありがとうございました。
Thank you, everybody here watching in the theater, for all your support, as well as all of you watching online at home.
皆さんの声援がきっと選手たちに勇気を与えたんじゃないかと思います。
I'm sure it was your cheers of support that spurred our players on and gave them the bravery they needed to complete their task.
明日はいよいよ決勝戦です。
Tomorrow, we are facing the grand finals.
明日も楽しみにしてください。そして応援をお願いします。
We hope you're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to your continued support.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Let's give it up one more time for all of our teams and Mr. Nogami. The grand finals, you can catch that at 1 p.m. tomorrow. We will have the GG boys from Japan taking on the back squids from Europe. For myself, Ashley, and Nine, thank you so much again for joining us. Don't forget all the action tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned in to Nintendo Direct and Treehouse Live for more great Nintendo content all this week. The Splatoon 2 World Championship Grand Finals.
Oh, Treehouse Live, that's the...
here at the Belasco Theater in Los Angeles. We'll see you then.
Oh yeah, it's right there on the YouTube channel of Nintendo. Okay. But hey, I'm right here on Twitch, so whatever. Like what someone did in the chat. I'm going to copy and paste that. Paying for that trophy. Ooh. Okay. Wow. I saw that in the chat from Nintendo's stream on YouTube. Okay, so final thoughts. Just wow. So amazing to see what people can do on these tournaments. So freaking amazing. Good game for you for the European US competition on that last semifinal match. So close on that last tower control game. So very close. Wow. I'm so overwhelmed that what I try like, well, you need to come over sometime and play Mario Kart with me. Maybe pick some strawberries. Yeah, not a bad idea. Yeah, 2-2. A game 5. That was like so epic right there. So epic. I'm like at a loss of words for that. I'm at a huge loss of words. Jeez. Well, unless you guys have some final thoughts, I'm actually going to end it off here. What do you guys think? Japan match was pretty good, but man, they killed it all the way. They killed it. Jeez. So since I was seed number 2 and 3 facing each other, I forgot. Who was seed? No. Yeah, it was 1, 4, 2, 3. So who was seed number 2? Was that US? I believe so. If that's the case, small upset right there. Number 3 is going to face number 1 tomorrow. Wow. Going to be exciting. I'm not going to be here to stream it unless I'm able to record it from on my computer onto a file and stream that file when the event is over with. Last call for final thoughts. Anybody have any final thoughts? No? It was good. It was good. Nonetheless, it was excellent. GG for both teams. Gotta give it up for Euro. They played strong. They played very strong to get to the finals. They deserve it. US deserves it just as much, but Euro came ahead just low, you know? But, yeah. Okay, so with all that said, I'm actually gonna finish it off here. Everyone, thank you so very much for watching. Hope you had all enjoyed this viewing party of Nintendo Treehouse Live. Nintendo Treehouse special stream of, I don't know, I'm just trying to be professional here, but it's not working out all that well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the stream from Nintendo. This viewing party of Nintendo stream of the World Championship opening round of Splatoon 2. Final round is tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I won't be here for that, but I will definitely be here for the entirety of the Smash Bros. 5th Smash Bros. Installment for the Nintendo Switch tomorrow. Ooh, this is going to be so cool to see Smash 5. So cool indeed. I might do a little bit of Jackbox tonight, if I have time. But I also have a video I need to work on. I do have a video I need to work on. So, Jackbox might be tomorrow after the Smash 5 and Splatoon 2 tournaments. So, yeah. 5th installment of the Smash Bros. Series. Golly. I heard stories about, like, when Smash Bros. For the N64 came out, people were, like, going to the friends' houses to play it, bringing their own console to the friends' houses to play it. It kicked off really well. It was so well played. I'm just gonna put it that way, for lack of better words. Anyway, I'm off. See you guys in a short bit. Gonna talk to Zombie Gable about what kind of else stream we're gonna be doing. Then I'm gonna start streaming that game very shortly. So everyone look out for that. Twitter.twilightinkable.org, Discord.twilightinkable.org. My Discord link is in the description. Not sure about my Twitter link. If not, I need to put it in there. Alright. Thank you so very much for watching. This has been your host, Twilight Linkable, saying to my fellow Hylians, stay classy, and I'll see you in a short bit. Stay tuned. Bell notifications, make sure they're enabled. Click that right now if they're not. Stay classy, my fellow Hylians. Thank you very much for watching.